The stocks discussed on Phil's Gang are not in any way a recommendation or solicitation to buy, sell, or hold. If considering acting on information presented, we first recommend you seek out a competent, licensed professional for advice. Get ready for the radio show that tells you what Wall Street doesn't want you to know.
Oh, I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me. Money sets me free. I'm a money magnet. Money's coming to me.
It's your daily dose of how to manage your money. And now it's time for Phil's Gang on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. With your host, Phil Grandy.
We front-loaded at the Federal Reserve an enormous rally in order to accomplish a wealth effect.
The wealth effect. You know, that was in 2008 when he said that. That's right. That was Fisher. And he was with the Fed, no longer with the Fed, but that's what he said. Basically what he said is, we rigged the stock market. We financially engineered the stock market in 2008. And that rigging still remains today. Hi, I'm Phil Grandy, philsgang.com, where we tell you the truth in what's going on. Now, today, a big sign again that this market's in big trouble. Although you'll not hear that from anybody else. You won't hear that from fake business news networks. When you have the NASDAQ down 313 points and you have the Dow up 78 points, that is so negative. That's one of the worst divergences you can have. Other than, at the same time, if we have the Dow going up and the transport's going down, that's another big red flag. If you have the utilities, you see those utilities as interest rates keep climbing because of inflation, because of the yields, and those utility stocks start dropping because of the high rates. That's another problem. You see gold going up. That's another big problem. We have all these signs, but nobody cares. Fake Business News Network, I don't care if it's CNBC, I don't care if it's Fox or Bloomberg's, they're not going to tell you the truth. Because this has been designed since 2008 to make the rich richer. Didn't you hear what he said? He said, we have created a wealth effect. And this wealth effect has been going on now for 13 years, but it is now coming to the end of its tracks. Now, does it mean that we're just going to crash today? No, I'm not saying that at all. Are we going to crash? Oh, darn right we're going to crash. Just remember, anything that Powell is doing now is just extending the crash. That's why the other day he didn't want to, he backed off and he said, no, we can't raise rates. We're not going to raise rates. And Yellen said, we should start now raising some rates. Oh, no, we're not going to do that. They can't raise rates. Are you kidding me? They're on life support. So, in other words, what they have done, this Federal Reserve, is criminal. And I'm never going to get it. I don't understand why people go to the Capitol, they surround the Capitol for all kinds of crazy things, but the one important thing, the one thing that affects everyone's life, especially the working class on Main Street and the middle class, which is getting to be distinct, is the Federal Reserve. First of all, they're not federal. No more than Federal Reserve, Federal Express is federal. They don't reserve anything. They're a criminal organization owned by the 1/100th of 1 percentile to make sure the top 1% create wealth at the expense of Main Street, at the expense of the working class. But when is the working class and Main Street going to realize the Federal Reserve has done nothing for them since 2008 except screwed them? Oh, I know they got a lot of goods. They can go and buy cars and they can buy vans and motorcycles and scuba gear and all this stuff for almost nothing. And they think, oh, aren't they good guys? Interest rates are down. But you're getting screwed. They've done nothing for you. Yet they have increased the wealth of the top 1 percentile since 2008, since that crash, by $12 trillion. Hell, they just, from March 2020 to March 2021, $1 trillion alone. In other words, the owners of the Federal Reserve, the 1/100th of 1 percentile, the gangsters, and the 1 percentile, their wealth has gone up like a rocket ship. Both after the 2008 crash and the 2020 crash. Called the wealth effect. Now, but the wealth effect, remember what this is. The Federal Reserve designed this thing called the wealth effect, knowing all along it would not only drive a wage gap between you, the Main Street worker, you, the working class, you, the middle class, and the wealthy. They knew that was going to happen. From under Bill Clinton to Donald Trump, we went from 20% to 60%. That's right. That is the gap in wealth. The wealth has increased from 20% to 60% for the wealthy, and Main Street got nothing. Nothing. Except for more credit cards, and they can go and buy a car or a van. They can go buy a pit bull for almost nothing and buy a chain and hook them up to the back of the four-wheel Jeep on Friday night. That's all they got. People still don't realize. If the people knew what was going on right now, what they're heading for, you think you got screwed in 2008. The 8 million people who lost their house went into foreclosure. You haven't seen anything yet. And I'm not just saying this. I'm not here to scare you. Okay? I'm here to tell you the truth. We had a wonderful, this weekend, we had a wonderful webinar on just shorting stocks. And if you don't know how to change your position where you're going to make money on the way down, if you're just sitting there with your 401k, which you can't short, and you should be getting out right now. If I had a 401k, I'd be getting out of it so fast. I'd be faster than a speeding bullet. I'd be out of that. Mark what I said. Mark this down. At 3:13 on May 10th, 2021, Phil Grandy said, if you have a 401k, get out now. Go to cash. Sell into this peak. Remember I said that. I'm going to record it. I'm recording it now. We're going to put it away, and we're going to play this when the market crashed, and you're all going to say, oh, my God, look at my 401k. I got nothing in it yet. Same thing happened to you, right, in the dot-com. Same thing happened to you in the housing con, and it's going to happen again. But let's think about this. This whole thing since 2008 has been designed to make the rich richer and make the poor think they're getting wealthier by making sure they keep interest rates low and give you good credit, give you easy credit so you can go buy stuff. That's unbelievable. Just think, from under Clinton to Trump, I'll report. The wealth effect, I repeat, the wealth effect has increased. The wealth has increased from 20% to 60%, but not Main Street. Now, the Federal Reserve, in doing this wealth effect, they also knew that they're going to destroy the purchasing power of the dollar. And they knew it was going to decelerate like a flying crowbar. What are you, nuts? But they didn't care because they love it. They want to destroy the purchasing power of the dollar. Because if they can get inflation to go up and the yields to go up and they get that dollar to go down, then the wealthy, all their assets just go through the roof. Their coins, their exotic art, all the stuff they have for investment goes through the roof. But Main Street, you get screwed. Nothing. You get nothing except go into debt and more debt. And that was their plan, to put you into debt, to make you think, take parking space in your head, you were getting wealthy just because you could go out and buy a van and finance it for 30 years, you thought you were wealthy. You could go and buy a motorcycle. You thought you were wealthy. Buy two of them. You know, one for your wife, one for you. You thought you were wealthy. You still think you're wealthy. But that's not what's going on. You have no idea what's going on. You would think that people would be at the Capitol building in Washington right now screaming, stop the Federal Reserve. Get rid of them.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you start making money, please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here, and it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Why pay thousands of dollars for a weekend seminar when for only $39.95 a month, philsgang.com provides all the daily market investing information you need to make profits in the stock market. With over 40 years of investing experience, only Phil Grandy and the philsgang.com team provide daily live investing webinars, up-to-the-minute market updates, all the investing educational videos you can imagine. Don't hesitate to learn, invest, and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Grandy at philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. That's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, the worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
back. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Why not check out philsgang.com or give us a call, 877-600-4264. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil Gang. I hope you're listening to me on my YouTube channel. And every Friday, remember, I put up a segment on YouTube, The Unfolding of the Market Crash. And it gets great response because it tells us why we're getting closer and closer to a crash. That's all you need to know. In the meantime, you should be buying momentum stocks. Momentum stocks. Money is rotating out of these big tech stocks. Listen what they're saying. This is unbelievable. Listen what they're saying about big tech now.
We had massive leadership by 5 or 6 companies, by FANG and Tesla. For a long time, there was massive leadership. And so starting about 8 months ago, I started to say, we don't need those guys to lead anymore for the market to continue to do really well. And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing this broadening out. The foundation of the market is getting more stable. Let the FANG trade take a pause. That's okay.
No, you're not. The market's not getting more stable. Just because you're putting in more money and printing more money and stimulus, and that's not stability. That's not stability. Stability is productivity increasing, jobs increasing, wages increasing. That's stability. Oh, I see. Just FANG stocks. Well, let me tell you about the FANG stocks and the other stocks, the big tech stocks. I've moved my members out of those stupid stocks. Remember, those stocks have been driving the market since 2013. 2013, they've been leading the market. Everybody's in these FANG stocks. They're so overpriced, it's incredible. Incredible. And it's telling you, with these now starting to break down, and money is shifting out of these stocks, and they're shifting into, give you an example, Netflix. While it's going down 12%, it's selling off right now, it's down negative 12%. My industrials, XLI, that I got my gang in, is up 19%. You got to know how to rotate out of your stocks. And then you got to know how to short Netflix. Now, if you know Netflix is going down, why wouldn't you turn around and just short it? Short it. So you're picking up 12%. If you're in Netflix, which everybody's been in Netflix since March 2020, and now they're going down, just short them. And then purchase XLI. We're up 19%. Facebook's down 10%. Why aren't you shorting them instead of just getting out? So money's rotating out of Facebook to materials. Our material stocks now are up 22%. Microsoft is down 24%. That's Varney stock. He always talks about Microsoft. If you knew how to sell short, you'd be up 24% by shorting it. But our members have rotated out of Microsoft and bought XLF, the banks, up 58%. Apple, they've rotated out of Apple, down 12%. Should be shorting it. Don't just get out. And would you? That's like leaving $5,000 on the table. I mean, or that'd be like going down the street and you see a $100 bill and you just step over it. You'd fight over it. People would fight over it on the sidewalks. But yet, when Apple turns and goes down, nobody cares. They don't short it. They try to find another stock. But all the other stocks you're going to, they're all overpriced too. So we switched from Apple to steel. Steel up 37%. We switched from eBay, down 14%. McDonald's up 13%. Now, I'm not suggesting every gang member's up 19%, 22%, 58%. I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting the gang members had directions in which stocks to go. And when they turn green, they have to decide when they want to enter. It's up to them when they want to enter. It turns green, we identify it, and some get in early, some get a little later. It doesn't matter as long as they're always consistently making money every month and make sure they're always in the right stocks. And these are called momentum stocks. What's that mean? You got to be in stocks right now. This whole market is driven by momentum, printing of money, and more stimulus and more stimulus. And every time they're going to announce another stimulus program that's really just increasing the welfare programs, more welfare programs, the stock market goes up. They love it. They love the stock market. They loved the other day when the jobs came in, 266,000. They loved it. Good news, bad news is great news for the stock market. But you got to know when to get out. 85% of you are never going to get out of this market. You're going to get killed. So at least start shorting a stock. Now, for these people to say, oh, no big deal, FANG's taking a rest. No, FANG's not taking a rest. What did I say? I said in January of 2018, I said the stock market's starting to crash because you're going to have the crash. It's going to be created by problems with China, and the FANG stocks are the first ones that are going to go down. And we were right, and here they go. First one's going down. Now, also remember, when you got to keep watching the Dow against the transports. When the transports keep going down and the Dow 30 keeps going up, you know we're headed for a crash. If you have three things happening at once, transports down, Dow up. NASDAQ no longer leading, and it isn't. The Dow's leading, problem 2. Problem 3, utility companies. They borrow and borrow and borrow. When you see interest going up, utility stocks going down, there's your three components. Those are the three main components. Dow up, transports down, NASDAQ no more leading, the Dow is, and then you got utilities coming down, and you got gold going up. Gold going up. That tells you everything. I did a chart over this weekend. I showed them in my webinar how when gold is going down, if you overlay gold on the S&P, gold was going down while the S&P was going up. And then you start seeing gold and the S&P both going up. That means the stock market's fake, that you know is going to get ready for a correction. Because anytime gold goes up, the stock market should be going down. As of now, same thing. The market's going up and gold's going up. It means the stock market's fake. There's so many easy things to look at, so you never get caught. You never get caught in this crash. In the meantime, enjoy yourself and buy these stocks that are called momentum stocks, meaning there's nobody selling these stocks. No, when a stock goes up to 80, it's a brand new high. That's when you buy them. You just got to know when to get out of those too. More when I get back. Please help St. Jude. Join my gang free for 10 days. Free. Go to chart as well. Free for 10 days.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. With the philsgang.com membership, we bring investors right to the floor, into the pits with Phil's daily live webinar classroom. Get inside market guidance on investing strategies. Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. Don't have time to analyze and study stocks? At philsgang.com, we recognize that there are all types of investors, and we also recognize that your time is valuable. So we offer investing programs for all individuals. We offer investing programs for long-term and short-term positions. And philsgang.com provides quick and easy to understand investing videos that only take a few minutes to watch. With the philsgang.com investing programs, you will learn technical stock charting, how to execute your trades, and most importantly, you will gain the confidence to know when to get out of a stock and take profits. Sign up at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or give them a call, 877-600-GANG.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position and you'll sleep at night and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264.
When the market's open, we watch the market all day long. And when we see there's an opportunity for a stock, and it's a stock that we've been following, there's a lot of stocks we put on our watch list, and it has to hit a certain criteria. Then when it does, we alert you. You immediately get an alert that says, we bought this stock, X stock, at $30. So you get an alert immediately. What's better than that? I mean, nobody does that for you. But the most important thing, they'll say, okay, here's why we're getting out now, or here's why we're taking profits. I think it's going to go down. Look, the most important thing is this. I want you to be prepared for when the market does tank or rally, that you're with us, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG. Join my gang right now, Phil's Gang. 877-600-GANG, and you'll be in position, and you'll sleep at night, and you don't have to worry.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264. Short on time but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
At St. Jude Children's Research Hospital, we're fighting against childhood cancer every day. At the heart of this battle are our donors.
Most of us want to make some type of difference in the lives of others. St. Jude does miraculous work.
The fact that no one has to pay, it's a place where everyone is treated as an equal.
Everybody is welcome here. And it doesn't matter your religion or what part of the world you're from, all that is taken away. It just gives you some hope.
It's just a nice feeling to put your energy into something that really does genuinely make a difference in a child's life.
There's just no greater gift. If we have the ability to help, then we have a responsibility to help.
Finding cures, saving children. St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Find out how you can help at stjude.org.
Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Show. Are you ready to make profits in the stock market? Then go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Hope you're listening to my show on my YouTube channel. And every Friday, remember, I give you a report called The Crash Unfolding. I post it by 6:30, 7 o'clock on my YouTube channel. It goes, and we review the week and tell you the things that we're seeing, that the crash is getting closer. But most people want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They want to keep it out of their... As long as they hear every day, the Dow's making new highs, Dow's making new highs. And what's amazing to me, in the last 3 weeks, the Dow, not the NASDAQ, making new highs. And CNBC and Fox Business should be all over the air saying, danger, 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 danger. Instead, they sent out this dope, okay, who said that, oh, don't worry about the FANG stocks.
We had massive leadership by 5 or 6 companies, by FANG and Tesla. For a long time, there was massive leadership. And so starting about 8 months ago...
Anyway, so she's telling you, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Are you kidding? Of course she's going to tell you that. She's on Fox, CNBC. That's their job. Make you feel good. When they should be warning you when you have the Dow leadership and not the NASDAQ, it's the NASDAQ that drove this whole market since 2013. Are you kidding? The biggest rally in history. Not the Dow 30 stocks, not DuPont, not IBM, the NASDAQ stocks. When the NASDAQ stocks have stopped going, and I said this on January 2018, I said, mark my words, you watch, and here it is. The NASDAQs are starting to break down. They're breaking down. Why? Because no matter how much money they put at this market, they can't fight back inflation. They're printing too much money. See, the Federal Reserve, you should be at the Capitol. There should be 25, 30, even 100 buses at the Capitol. Say, get rid of the Federal Reserve. Get rid of the Federal Reserve. They're destroying my job. They're destroying my savings. They're destroying my buying power. I don't have assets. Just because everybody else has these assets, the rich, they love inflation. They don't take wages. They love inflation. Well, I work. Someone said, look, I work, I make $65,000 a year. I can't make it. And the rich guy's saying, well, I can. I don't work on wages. Matter of fact, I own a lot of titanium. I own a lot of platinum. I own a lot of artwork. I own real rare coins. I own the stock market. It's been up 94% just since last March in 1 year. I own just real top exclusive commercial real estate all over the world. See, that's the difference. See, that's why since 2008, no one gets it. The Federal Reserve, these people should be in jail because they designed this to happen to where we are today. Bubbles are created by the 1/100th of 1% who own the Federal Reserve. They create bubbles. They got to break the bubble or they can't make money. They got to. They created bubbles. They created the dot-com bubble. They created a housing bubble. They created this bubble called the QE. This is what they do. They don't care about investment anymore. Are you kidding? Do you think they care about business investment? What do they care about that? I mean, for God's sakes, you talk about inflation. Look at Tesla. Are you kidding me? I mean, this is insane. This is insane. When you look at Tesla, it's up 820% since March 2020. But their sales only increased 25%. But their PE ratio, get this, 645%. And people are buying Tesla. They have no idea. They don't even know that. They don't know that. They have no idea. Can you imagine? The PE ratio on the S&P is what, 24%? NASDAQ 25%? That's insane. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. There's this huge divergence right now. It's unbelievable what's going on. And we have this big bubble expansion. That's what's going on. And so, again, you want to just enjoy this. Be in the right stocks. You don't go in and don't listen to them. Don't start buying airlines right now because they're telling you, oh, boy, the economy's great. Better get into airlines. Everybody's going to fly everywhere. No. It's telling us the institutions are pulling their money out. You short those. You don't buy them. You don't buy them. But what you do buy is industrial stocks. You got to have somebody tell you what to buy and be honest. Are you kidding? Yeah, they're telling you, oh boy, the cruise lines, they're going to be terrific. The cruise lines. No, you sell the cruise lines. They're not going to go up. They're going down. Take a look at the color-coded chart. My chart. You got any other color-coded chart, you shouldn't be looking at it because it's not mine and they're doing it illegal. Look at this. All red. Money's coming out. That's the beautiful thing. It tells you money's coming out. How many of you are buying the casinos? Listen to these people telling you buy casinos right now. What are you, nuts? And here's the thing. You talk about these geniuses, all these geniuses on Fox, and it makes you sick to your stomach. It makes you actually sick to your stomach. Listen to this. Here's Varney saying, listen to Kudlow. These are the guys you're taking your advice from. Remember, Larry Kudlow was dead wrong about the housing market. I played a clip last week about it. I see nothing wrong, he says. Nothing. I don't see where there's any problem with housing. Now listen to this.
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray every night. Deep prayer and meditation.
This is his idea. This is how he buys stocks. Now he's on CNBC. He's making $1.5 million a year, and he's supposed to be advising you, and he tells you this.
I buy it and I hold it and I just pray.
Yeah, but that's a great piece of advice, isn't it? Isn't that great? Huh? Isn't that great? And then Varney says,
don't ever take investment advice from me.
Well, he should add, don't ever take investment advice from me or my pal Kudlow. No, we're here. We each make $1 million, over $1 million, and our job is to make you feel good. Tell you everything is great. Everything is great. So you go buy stuff so that we can get our advertisers. Please go buy cars because 72% of our advertisers are automobiles. Please go buy a car. Everything's great. But think of what the Federal Reserve knew. And you're not. There's no buses down there at the Capitol in Washington. There should be 5,000 buses saying, stop the Federal Reserve. These are gangs. They're destroying me. They're destroying me. They knew in 2008, when they did QE, that the purchasing power of the dollar would decelerate. They knew there was going to be great inflation, but that's what they wanted. They wanted that. Oh, they didn't tell you? Oh, they didn't tell you about it, though. They also knew QE was a Band-Aid. It was only a Band-Aid, and they knew the minute they ripped this Band-Aid off, the only ones that were going to gain was going to be the top 1 percentile. And it has. Since 2009, they have. Now, as a result, they also knew that wages were going to stagnate for Main Street and the working class, the middle class. That's right. They knew that. They knew wages weren't going to go up. They knew that. They also knew inflation was going to soar. And as a result of keeping rates too low for too long. But they knew that. They knew QE, keeping rates too low for too long, with its inflation, would accelerate the decline in the dollar and the purchasing. But they wanted that. That benefits them, the wealthy. It also benefits the government. They can pay down their debt with cheaper dollars. But it screws you on Main Street. Everything's been designed for them to get rich and you to get screwed. But you're not going to listen. All you got to do is be in the right sector, and you don't get hurt. The first thing you do right now is call your broker and get out of your 401k. Now, you're not going to do that. I know that. You know that. And then when you get killed in the crash, which is coming, I'm not saying it's coming today. It could happen tomorrow. We don't know. But we know it's going to happen. If anyone says to me, oh, it's not, where you been living, under a rock? Are you kidding? What are you, nuts? Join my gang free for 10 days. We'll reach out to you, and then you make money reach back to St. Jude. Join the Working Investor Group.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
I've been a Phil's Gang member since 2014. Over that time, I've generated over six-figure profits. Following Phil, his charting system has really been a huge impact on my career and my life. I would recommend Phil's Gang to the mom and pop out there. I would recommend it to parents teaching their children. I would recommend it to grandparents. If you really trust in their system, you will do well.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-4264. Short on time, but want to invest in the stock market? Let philsgang.com help you. For only $39.95 a month, you get complete access to all of Phil's powerful investing programs, videos, and resources.
That works for me. Log in, watch the videos, and make profits.
Find out more at philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. philsgang.com.
Remember, when this market crashed in 2009, it should have never crashed because the chairperson of these two committees, their job was to protect consumers, protect our investments, and they're supposed to ensure that our investments are being monitored. Where were they in 2009 and 2008? They weren't anywhere because they don't do that. They take care of themselves. They protect themselves. They become richer. So you can't depend on these crooks in Congress. The stock market is a great place to be, but you just got to know this is a different market than your grandfather's market. So why don't you, for 30 days, join my gang, 877-600-GANG, try it for 30 days, $39.95. Follow me. I tell you when to buy, when to sell, when to add, and when to run like hell. All I ask you, start making money. Please remember St. Jude.
Don't wait. Join Phil's Gang today and make profits. Go to philsgang.com or call 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Did you know breast cancer kills 113 people every day?
That's unacceptable. African American women die from breast cancer nearly 41% more than Caucasian women.
That's unacceptable.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of all cancer deaths for Hispanic women.
Breast cancer is unacceptable.
Together with Susan G. Komen, we're committed to reducing U.S. breast cancer deaths by half.
And we're going to do it by 2026.
Visit Komen.org/unacceptable.
Hi, I'm Phil Graney, philsgang.com. You probably heard me on the radio talking about investing in stocks and trading stocks. Well, this is a special message that I am sending out to you. You, the person who is the beginner, who are getting excited. You're seeing every day the stock market going up, never comes down, keeps going up because of the tremendous stimulus that the president is putting into this market. He wants to continue this market going up while the economy's going down. And that's what it's doing. The economy's going straight down. You know, banks right now, worst ever. They've gone down 40%. I mean, everything's going down. Companies aren't making money, but the stock market's still going up. And you got to be very, very careful when you get into a market like this. You got to know when to get out, and that's where we come in. So if you're a beginner and you want to start learning how to invest stocks properly and have the comfort level of knowing when to get out, when to buy, when to sell, and when to get out, contact us at philsgang.com. Join today, free for 10 days.
What if you could have an in-depth understanding of the stock market just like the pros? Well, thanks to Phil Grandy and philsgang.com, you can. philsgang.com offers comprehensive, up-to-date market information designed to help you understand and anticipate market behavior. With philsgang.com, you'll build your investing confidence even through down cycles and periods of uncertainty. Go to philsgang.com. philsgang.com today. 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back. Learn, invest, and make profits with Phil Grandy. Simply go to philsgang.com. Now, here's Phil.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. You know, every day at 2 o'clock, we post our portfolio. And every day at 2 o'clock, Steve, who heads our education department, will take that portfolio, Working Investor Group, and you can join right now, free for 10 days. Join the Working Investor Group. Just go to philsgang.com. It's free for 10 days. And you get the color-coded chart, too. And every day he posts that portfolio and tells you exactly what to do. For example,
Goldman Sachs continue to hold this one. We added on Friday.
And he goes on and tells you exactly what to do. Who else does that for you? Plus, you got the background of the color-coded chart. You know, listen to what this guy says. Right here. This makes me laugh.
Well, I think the best thing to do is put your money into the S&P 500 index fund because we're going to have a broad-based rally.
Okay. You said we're going to have a broad-based rally. Well, wait a minute. First of all, the rally is fake. We know that since 2009, but that's okay. Let's make money. Now, let me tell you what we've done. He says, just get in because we're going to have a broad rally. Oh, but when do you know to get out? It just doesn't go straight up. Well, I'll give you an example. If you were my member and you had the color-coded chart, at first when it started going up, we started buying that in April of 2020. That was right after the crash. So we got in, and the first round we got in, we went up about 16%. After up 16%, it turned red. Told us the institutions were taking their money out. So we could avoid that loss. So we took most of our money off, left on a scout, and then when it turned back again green, it went back up another 14%. And then it turned red again, letting us know the institutions were pulling their money out. Then when it got green again, we just added back to our position, went back up 14%, the S&P. Then again, it got red, told us to take our money off, and we got back in when it turned green and went back up 11%. I mean, how hard is that? If you know green and red, it's pretty easy. Plus, every day we tell you exactly what to do. There's no guessing. And then finally, after it turned red, it went back to green, and now it's up over 9%. 9%. So we're in about four times since March. Okay, I mean since April. Okay, 2020, we're in four times. But we knew when to get out. But we also knew how to short it. So when we said get out, when the stock went down 8%, 10%, we also picked that up by shorting it. Once you know how to sell a stock short as seamless as you do to buy it, what a difference it makes. Now, I know you're not going to think about shorting because everybody thinks they're getting rich today. And not one person realizes that the NASDAQ up 318 points and the Dow up 22 points is a very, very negative deal. That's very bad. You know, going back to the Federal Reserve for a moment, because I hate those people, because they destroyed our economy. They destroyed Main Street. They destroyed the middle class, which is the backbone of our economy. But here's what they knew when they were doing it. They knew wages were going to stagnate, but they didn't care. They knew wages for the Main Street, middle class, and working class were going to be bad. But they didn't care because they were getting rich. Because as long as they could keep inflation going, as long as they can keep stock prices going up through stock buybacks, and the more money they could print, more stock buybacks, more QE, the more they go in and print money and purchase from companies that are in trouble, they're off their balance sheet, all their bad debt and put on their balance sheet. They keep the market moving. But they also knew that inflation was going to soar. But they keep lying and telling you inflation is only 2%. We got it under control, 2%, which is a lie. Right now, the run rate's over 11%, but they tell you 2%. But they knew inflation was going to soar. They also knew, as a result of keeping the rates low for too long, keeping rates too low for too long, they knew that was going to be tremendous inflation. It would accelerate. The dollar would decline. Purchasing power of the dollar would decline. All good for the wealthy. They also knew that the stock buybacks, monetization of debt, where they go in to buy debt, where they go in for the government and take care of their debt, they knew inflation would be running rampant. They knew, though, if they gave easy credit and low rates, it would destroy the savers. Can you imagine that? Destroying the savers? Savers are so important because how do you get startup businesses unless the guy can't go public? He's got to go to the bank and borrow money. But when there's no money at the bank because they're giving too much interest on treasuries, who's going to put money in the bank? That's destroying our economy, destroyed the backbone of our country. But they didn't care because as long as they're inflation, they're getting rich. The rich get richer. The poor get poorer. It's never going to change. They also knew household debt from QE would be historic. They knew you'd be out spending like crazy. You could go buy a Jeep, a motorcycle, whatever, hardly any interest. Anybody could do it. They knew that. That was designed. The QE low rates were designed where the 1 percentile would benefit. But the other people, they would think they're benefiting, but they're not. They're getting deeper and deeper into debt, where now they have historic debt. As the bubble keeps growing bigger and bigger. But people don't realize it's a bubble. They don't even know what a bubble is. They don't even know what the Federal Reserve is. They think it's an ice cream parlor, for God's sakes. But Main Street, with the help of the Federal Reserve, the fake business news network, Congress, they were able to dupe Main Street. People on Main Street, the working class, dupe them. And to feel them wealthier than they really were. By giving them access to credit cards. Access to low rates, easy credit, cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, whatever you want, runners, ski runners, snowmobile runners, anything you want. And here are the poor boys and the girls in the 401ks. They have no idea what's going on. They just get their report in every week. They just throw it in a drawer because all they hear every day, okay, is how everything is wonderful. Everything's a rocket ship, and as long as they hear it's a rocket ship, then they're going to just. They're just going to take their little report that comes in the mail and throw it in a drawer.
I think we do have a rocket ship economy right now.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Maybe go through the mail. Oh, here's my report. I just throw it in. I'm getting rich. I'll just throw it in the drawer. Boy, these poor people in 401ks. If I were you, I'd be getting out of 401ks so fast, so fast. Now, you can go put your money in the S&P. You'd be better off. But you got to know when to get out. You got to know when to get out. He says put in the S&P. Good advice. But he didn't tell you, how do you know when do I get out of the thing? And better, when it starts going down, can I make money? Yes. So this whole thing's been designed for Main Street to think they're rich, to think they're getting wealthier. So they can go buy a new car, buy a big screen TV, go buy a motorcycle. They think they're getting rich when they're getting deeper and deeper in debt. Well, they can pay minimum payments, but they think they're getting rich because they got all these assets around them. But they got the wrong kind of assets. They got the wrong kind of assets. They don't have platinum. They don't have artwork. They don't have rare coins. They don't have stock or exclusive real estate. They got a motorcycle or a wave runner. That's what they got for assets. That's not going to help you. So the bottom line is, until I see buses going down to the Capitol in Washington and screaming, get rid of the Federal Reserve, it means the majority of the people never get it. They don't get it. So when you see that, and you see the stock market going up, that's a contrarian indicator. Just like when you see another contrarian indicator, other than the transport's going down, the Dow's going up, the NASDAQ's no longer leading but the Dow, utility company stocks are going down. Another big indicator you're going to go into a crash is margin money. We've never seen buying stock on margin like this ever in history. We're nearing $1 trillion. Boy, is that an indicator. Is that a big... But nobody cares. Nobody cares. And this is what's crazy. People buy Tesla today, even though its PE ratio is 645. What are you, nuts? Nobody cares. The oil's up 144% since last year. Gasoline's up 70%. Housing, 15 to 30%, depending where you live. Drug prices, I don't mean cocaine, prescription drugs, 180%. Pork, beef, chicken, up average 35%, 40%. But nobody cares. But for those who do care, please join my gang free for 10 days. Go to philsgang.com. It's got the Working Investor Group, free for 10 days, and you get the color-coded chart. And you're going to know how to make money when the market goes up or down. See you on the charts. Listen to me on my YouTube channel, please.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grandy, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to me to